Hey everyone, Steve Grogan here, founder of Fitness for Geeks. Today I'm going to tell you why you should not bother getting your certification through NFPT.com. I went with them initially because they had the best balance of cost versus how many places are willing to recognize that certification. I mean, there's no reason to pay $800 or more to get the NASM or ACSM certification when NFPT costs about $400 and will get you accepted just as many places. I mean, you're really just paying for the so-called prestige of their name at that point. So anyway, years went by. Within recent filming of this video anyway, they said, oh, to renew your certification, you're going to need to earn 2 continuing ed credits, which you would think is easy, but it's not, because then everything you can do is only worth 0.25 or 0.5. So you have to do a couple things to earn that 2.0. So I found out one of the things you could do to earn the credits was write articles for their blog, right? So I reached out and I said, I'd like to write. What do I got to do here? They wrote me back and said, suggest some topics. I suggested 10. The lady I was talking to picked the first one for me, and she was like, okay, that'll be 0.6 credits, and it's got to be between 1,000 and 1,500 words, and make sure it's adequately sourced. And I said, oh, well, to be honest, the topic that you picked, that was one where I had in mind where it's just like a personal, like a philosophy, it's a personal approach to personal training that anybody can implement. It's not like I didn't get the idea from somewhere and whatever. It's not scientific, so you don't need sourcing. And she was like, oh, well, in that case, 600 to 1,000 words and 0.5 credits. I said, I don't care. I said, hey, that's fine. I don't mind. I love writing, so I'll write as much as I have to in order to get those other credits. And I sent her the article. She loved it, said they're going to post it. I said, great. Now, I sent you 10 topics. Can I write another article? And if so, which topic should I pick? And she wrote me back and said, pick whichever one you want. So in other words, she said, go ahead and write it. And then she said, just make sure it's sourced. I said, oh, well, I said, I wasn't going to go with one of the ones that needed sourcing, because you just said without the sourcing, it would just be less credits. And then she wrote me back and said, well, we really need our things sourced, and they need to be like scientific or whatever. And I'm thinking, well, I said, and she also said we're limited in what we can post. And I'm like, limited? If it's the company's blog, the company can decide the limits. You know what I mean? And that doesn't make sense to me. So I just said, okay, well, I was leaning toward writing another one of the non-scientific-y sounding ones, because you would let me do that before just for less credits. But I said, I mean, after all, if it's the company's blog, then the company sets the rules. I don't understand why they're limited. I didn't do that, but in the email. And then she wrote me back, all came out of the gate, guns blazing all of a sudden, was like, let me explain my role in the company. Blah, 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 blah. And then going forward, talk to these other 2. And I was like, whoa. I said, wow, well, apparently whatever I said caused offense. That wasn't my intention. And I feel kind of embarrassed that I did that now, so I apologize. And then in the meantime, one of the other 2 that she told me to talk to wrote and said, Steve, thanks for wanting to contribute, but we're all good on articles. But 2 emails back, she told me that I could go ahead and write another topic, implying that you weren't good on articles. So I'm confused. I said, why did it change suddenly after she got all, upset over what I wrote? And then I gave it some time, a couple days. Not only did my apology not get acknowledged, but then when I pointed out how their 180-degree reversal after their colleague there got upset, that didn't get a reply either. So I wrote to them and I said, you know what? I'm really not happy with how this got handled. I apologized It didn't even get acknowledged. And then I asked you a question about why did you suddenly do a 180-degree turn when your colleague there threw a hissy fit, you know. Something I said came out, happened to be phrased in a way where it came out sounding aggressive or insulting or whatever. And I apologized for coming off that way. That should be appreciated, not punished by not letting me suddenly doing a 180-degree reversal like this, you know. And, you know, I said going forward, I'm not going to be trying to get any continuing ed credits with you because I'm going to go somewhere else to get my certification. Please don't publish my article. And I don't know if they're going to honor that yet or not because I'm filming this. I just sent that email this morning. And who knows when you're going to see this video. It's going to be a ways down the pike. But I'm pretty sure my stance on them will not change by the time you see this. So don't, you know, if they're going to treat you like that and suddenly reverse their position, like, oh, no, don't write an article, we're good, just because their colleague had a temper tantrum, you know, then that's not someone I want anybody, least of all myself, giving their hard-earned money to. Okay, so stay away from NFPT. In fact, you know what? I'm going to link, not to them, I'm going to link to every other certification out there in the description box. Or should I say, I'm going to link to ones that I think are just as good, but not as expensive. Some of them are more expensive, honestly, but hey, maybe hopefully you'll be paying not just for the prestige of their name, but hopefully to get a more professional attitude than that. And is that a personalized opinion? Is it like a personal reason against them? Well, yeah, of course. I mean, because it's my story and I know what happened, and I'm sure there are other people that have, like, maybe somebody knows something about the company where that they would have a bigger reason to not like it, you know. But like maybe they know, oh well, they donated some of their money to this organization that's against gay marriage and all of that. You know, I don't know those stories though. I only know mine. And aside from that, like, people level that comment at you, like, or level comments at you in response to things like this, like, oh yeah, well, you're against them only because of something personal. Well, yeah, that's like when you go to a McDonald's and you get bad service and you write a review online. This place sucked because they took forever to get me my food. That's a personal reason, right? So, and you spend a hell of a lot less buying a hamburger from McDonald's than you do getting a certification from NFPT, right? Unless you go and you buy $400 worth of hamburgers in one day. So, yeah, some people use that, the whole, oh, that's a personal thing, to like belittle or diminish the importance of what I'm saying. But no, it's still, the point is that if they treated me this way, they could treat someone else that way. And I don't want anyone treated that way, and I don't want anyone spending their hard-earned money on jerk-offs like that. Plain and simple. So, and if they want to come at me and say it's slander or libel, whatever, let them try. I've got the emails to prove what was said. So, thanks for watching. Please, by all means, if you want to be a personal trainer, check out the links. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and I'll see you in another video.